Do your part, small business. You know what? So what if you're closed? Okay, well, you're home with money in your pocket. Nothing has changed except you're working from home. Hey there, Coach Devin here. So we are closed for another 3 weeks or so, maybe a little bit longer. We'll see. I can't say that I am not disappointed. I'm pretty frustrated. I understand the need to do my part. I always have. I don't have an issue with doing my part. But it is very frustrating as a business owner to be closed. I mean, you take away your livelihood, right? And your ability to work. My wife is in the same boat as me, where she owns a salon and she's home, and I'm, sort of able to work sometimes depending on the weather, and so that can be frustrating. It's super frustrating. My thoughts on some of the things that were said yesterday in the news conference with Premier Rankin and Dr. Strang. Look, I'm going to be honest. I don't really know Rankin really. And Robert Strang I met a couple times. I think Robert Strang's done a pretty good job. He's become a pretty good speaker, considering that I don't think that was ever his his thought process. He's a doctor, right? I thought he's done pretty well. I took exception to a couple things said yesterday. And let's get down to it. It's not personal exceptions. I'm not angry at anybody personally, but I do think that some things that got said yesterday, maybe your wording is important. The first thing for me was there's a lot of talk from a lot of people, politicians. Premier Rankin said it. Dr. Strang said it. You hear it all the time. People are like, do your part. Do your part. Business owners, do your part. Look, I want to do my part. I'm happy to do my part. But I'll tell you what's frustrating. What is super, super frustrating is being told to do your part by people who haven't lost any money on this. Right? So they're home, working from home with full pay. And you know what? If you're one of those people who's working from home with full pay, good on you. I wish I was you. That's the truth. I wish I was you. I'm not angry at you and I'm pissed off at you. I'm not angry. I'm a little jealous. I'm a little jealous that I can't do it too. Most 99% of people I think are very receptive and understand where small businesses are coming from. I think it's disingenuous though for some people, and there's some out there that say, do your part, small business. You know what? So what if you're closed? Okay, well, you're home with money in your pocket. Nothing has changed except you're working from home. Oh boy, what a bummer. I feel so bad for you. Some of us are living on the CRB. In case you're curious what that is, it's $450 a week. That's what it is. In my household, we have 2 people that own businesses. Both businesses closed. You know what? It's not a lot of money when you're used to working full time. It's just not a lot of money. And it comes off very, for me anyway, very disingenuous to say, do your job, small business, do the things you're supposed to be doing. Look, we're trying to do the things we want to do. But you know what? When you say that while you're walking around with all the money in your pocket going, this is great, think before you speak. Sometimes you got to understand that small businesses are taking it on the freaking chin right now. And you know what? They're going to be a little pissed off. I'll be honest. I'm a little pissed off that I'm closed. I'm not angry as in I don't want to do my part. I don't believe in COVID or any of that baloney. I'm not a crazy conspiracy theory guy. But you know what? It's frustrating to be home. And it's frustrating to be, harped at to say, do your part by politicians and doctors who are fully paid. You know what? If you live on 15% of your income or whatever it happens to turn into, I don't know what it exactly is, but I mean, I'm taking 15% because that's what the small business grant was. You live on that for an extended amount of time. I'm on my 3rd shutdown here. It's a lot. And people who are saying, hey, do your part, do your part, do your part. Well, you know what? You try it. You know what? I get it. Just don't harp at the people who are taking it on the chin and being beat up every day and are, living on their savings and stuff like that. Like, have some goddamn compassion. Personally, that's what I have to say. Have some compassion for those of us who are taking a beating. Don't just shoot off and say, do your part. It comes across disingenuous, especially when you're home with your cash. It really does. I'm sorry. And if you're one of those people at home, like I said, I'm not mad at you. I'm annoyed at you if you say, well, Devin, do your part. Small businesses, why can't you stop complaining? You know what? If you feel that way, how about you kick in some of your cash for the small businesses? Try doing that. But don't tell people, hey, I got all my money. I got mine. Don't be selfish. Some of us are hurting a lot, and some of us are hurt a lot, and there's small businesses around there that are not going to survive, and that's real hard on people. And you know what? People don't necessarily deserve to be ripped at while they're taking a beating. I don't think that's very fair. And the second thing I want to point out here, I did think, I think Robert Strang's a pretty good guy, and I think he's done an okay job overall. I think he's trying hard, but I do think Robert needs to think his words a little bit more carefully. When you're saying, hey, if you're one of the privileged few that has a cottage, basically stop complaining so much. Look, I think that's a poor choice of words. People who own cottages tend to have worked their asses off for that cottage. This is a fact. Everybody I know owns a cottage has worked really hard to get that cottage. It's not that it was, free. They're paying taxes on it. They're doing things with it. So, and you know what? They're a little frustrated they can't use it. So, you know what? Why not say to those people the same thing you're saying to the small business owners? Do your part. You'll be fine. Do your part. Instead, you're saying you're one of the privileged. That comes off wrong, Robert. I think he's a smart guy. I know he's a smart guy. He's a doctor. And I think he's done a pretty darn good job overall. He's trying his best. But you know what? That kind of thing that comes off like that, it just makes him look bad. I think it makes him look bad. I think it was poor choice of speech writing. Whoever wrote it should give their head a shake, because you come off like you're saying, you guys, you got lots of money, shut up. In that case, how about all the people that are home, with full pay? You got lots of money, shut up too. Which is not fair. It's not right. It's unkind, and it's not helpful. So those are my two big takeaways from yesterday. Yeah, I'm super frustrated that we're going to be closed again, longer, blah. Let's hope for June 9th. I will say this, and then one of my closing point here. They talk a lot about, gardening as being, a mental health break. I'm with you on that. My mom was a huge gardener. Loved gardening. My wife is now interested in getting into gardening. Not a big gardener myself, but you know what? Hey, if you want to garden. That's cool. Some people consider the gym a mental health break. Some people consider golf a mental health break. You know what? Golf's open. It's full on, making lots of money. Gardening obviously is full on. Garden center's wide open, no curbside pickup, just get in there and do your thing. And gyms are closed. I find that a little bit disingenuous. For some of us, it might not be for Jamie, Premier Rankin or Dr. Strang. They don't strike me as exercise guys, and that's fine. I don't look badly at you if you don't want to exercise. That's your thing. Totally cool. I would never shame somebody for it. But I'll tell you, for some of us, it is important. And there's a piece of the population that golf is not our thing. Exercise is our thing. And you know what? Saying, well, just go outside. Well, I don't feel like Premier McNeil and Robert Strang, Dr. Strang, do a lot of exercising themselves. So maybe you're not really preaching to the right people. You guys don't think it's important, so you just figure, screw it, it'll be fine. I don't think that's very fair. I really don't, because there's a lot of us that don't feel that way. We can keep things safe. Listen, Walmart is jammed. Costco is jammed. Little distancing, little if any distancing at both those places, because I've been to both of them. My gym has a lot more distancing than that, and I'm close. So you know what? No wonder I'm a little annoyed. Hope everybody has a great, safe day. Stay safe. Enjoy your day. Hopefully, we'll be open soon. Don't fight the awesome, guys.